You started working on yourself. You made the decision to change. You began reading the books, building the habits, cutting out the distractions. But now something unexpected is happening. You feel lost, confused, like you don't recognize yourself anymore. The old version of you is fading, but the new version hasn't fully arrived. You're stuck somewhere in between, wondering if you made a mistake. Here's what nobody tells you. That feeling isn't a sign you're failing, it's proof you're transforming. Today I'm going to explain why feeling lost is actually the most important phase of building a new life, and why the confusion you're experiencing right now means everything is working exactly as it should. The in-between space. When a caterpillar enters its cocoon, something brutal happens. It doesn't just grow wings and emerge, it completely dissolves. Its entire body breaks down into a formless soup before rebuilding into something new. This is exactly what happens during real transformation. You've let go of old habits, old friends, old versions of yourself, but the new identity hasn't solidified yet. You're in the dissolving phase, and that feels terrifying. The friends you used to party with don't understand you anymore. The activities that used to excite you feel empty. The person you see in the mirror is changing, and you can't quite figure out who they're becoming. This space feels like failure, but it's actually the birthplace of everything you want. Why clarity comes after confusion. Here's a truth about growth. Confusion always precedes clarity. Think about learning anything new. Before you understand it, there's a period where nothing makes sense. Your brain is reorganizing, creating new pathways, connecting dots that didn't exist before. Self-improvement works the same way. When you start changing your life, you're essentially unlearning everything that made you who you were. Your old beliefs, your old patterns, your old identity. That unlearning creates chaos before it creates order. The lost feeling is your mind in transition. It's not comfortable, but comfort was never going to change your life anyway. What you're actually building. When you feel lost, you're not building nothing. You're building something invisible. You're building discipline that doesn't require motivation. You're building self-trust from every promise you keep to yourself. You're building a foundation so solid that when clarity finally arrives, you'll be ready to run. The people who quit during the loss phase never get to see what was waiting on the other side. They interpret confusion as a sign to stop, but confusion is actually a sign to keep going. Every successful person you admire went through this exact phase. They just didn't quit when it felt meaningless. How to navigate the fog. So how do you survive this phase? A few principles. First, lower your expectations for clarity. Stop demanding that everything makes sense right now. Accept that confusion is temporary and necessary. Fighting it only extends it. Second, focus on identity over outcomes. You might not know where you're going, but you can decide who you want to be. Ask yourself, what would the person I'm becoming do today? Then do that, even without seeing the full picture. Third, trust the process more than your feelings. Your emotions during transformation are unreliable narrators. They'll tell you to quit. They'll tell you this isn't working. Thank them for their input, then keep building anyway. Fourth, find others in the fog. You're not the only one feeling this way. Connect with people on similar journeys. Shared confusion becomes shared strength. Let me leave you with this. The fact that you feel lost means you left. You left the comfortable, the familiar, the version of life that wasn't serving you. Most people never leave. They stay in situations they've outgrown because the unknown feels worse than the unfulfilling. But you chose differently. The lost feeling is the tax you pay for transformation. It's the price of admission to a better life. And it's temporary. One day soon you'll wake up and things will click. The fog will lift. You'll see exactly why you went through everything you went through. And you'll be grateful you didn't quit when it felt pointless. You're not lost. You're in transition. And transition always feels like chaos before it feels like clarity. Keep building. Even when you can't see what you're building, the breakthrough is closer than it feels.